Hey everybody! It's like 90 degrees outside, but I'm real ready for fall, so I'm wearing a sweater anyway. I know I have issues. It's fine. It's fine. I also often order hot chocolate in July at restaurants. Today, I want to tell you guys a story about why kindness is so important. Like so important. I've mentioned a couple times that how do we solve things, right? How do we solve issues in the world? And the answer is always kindness. I want to tell you what I have experienced in my life that has made me wholeheartedly believe that that is the absolute truth, that kindness can literally change the world. Let's get started. Let's get started. Let's get started. Come with me. I have issues. Let's get started. Before I start telling you the story, I want to show you, I'm going to work on a little bit of a project while we chat. I found a coat for like $22 and I'm so excited because it's so cute. Let me show you. Ta-da! Like how cute this is, you guys. Oh my gosh. I love it. So the problem is my old coat was green and I had a black scarf with it, but black won't match this. So I got some yarn. I'm going to make myself a new scarf. Let's go. All right. Why do I believe that kindness can change the world? We're gonna go back like 20 years. It makes me sound real old. Now, when I was a sophomore, I was supposed to take a gym class. However, because of my other classes that I had chosen, I was unable to fit gym into my schedule. So I didn't end up taking it my sophomore year like I was supposed to. Come junior year, I was taking gym, and a friend of mine also had the same problem, so she and I were in gym together, and we were both kind of annoyed to be there because this was a sophomore class, we were juniors, and who wants to be in a class with a bunch of sophomores when you're a junior? High school's weird, guys. I'll be real with you, I hated gym. I hated running. I say it past tense as if I don't hate it now. I hate running. I just was not excited to be there at all. So my friend Amber and I are just kind of standing around, we're talking, and I look across the gym and I see a kid. I realize that he is sitting alone. And I look around the gym and everybody else had someone there with them. Everybody else had at least one person they were talking to, and he just looked sad and he looked lonely, and my little extrovert heart couldn't handle that somebody would be so sad and so lonely in a room completely full of people. In my brain, that didn't work, that it can't happen that way. I walked over to him and I sat down and I said, "Hey, my name is Laura, what's your name?" He told me his name was Dallin. And we just started to chat. I asked him what grade he was in. We chatted just a little bit about some basic things. And we only had a couple of minutes to talk. And then the coach came in and blew the whistle and said it was time to start running laps. So I asked Dallin, I said, "Hey, my friend Amber's over there. Do you want to come run with us?" And he said, "Sure." We talked and got to know each other the whole way. The next time we had gym, I asked him if he wanted to run with us again. And he did. It kind of became a tradition every time we had gym. Now, we never became super close friends. We never went out to lunch. We never went on any dates. We never even hung out outside of school. When I saw him in the hallways, I would always say hi. He's taller than me, so I'd jump to give him a high five, and I made sure to acknowledge him every time I saw Dallin in the hall. And that was really the extent of our relationship. I didn't think much of it. A couple years later, I get a knock on my door. By this time, I have graduated high school. I am in college, and I answer the door, and it's Dallin. And like I said, we weren't super close friends. So I thought it was strange that he was at my house and he had this Christmas gift for me and he had a letter for me. I remember feeling really guilty that he had thought of me for Christmas and had brought me this beautiful necklace and written me this letter, and I had done nothing for him. Well, in the letter, it states very clearly that this is not a romantic thing, just that he wanted me to know that he appreciated my friendship, and that was it. I have the letter, actually. Let's see. You can see right there. Oh, it's backwards because we're, yeah, selfie. Anyway, but it's from December of 2002. In this letter, he tells me a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I thought I had known him pretty well, but what I didn't know is that his family life was not very pleasant. That his family didn't show love. They didn't really show kindness. And he felt like he was alone, that nobody cared, that nobody loved him. It was mostly his dad that he had a hard time with, but his mom never stuck up for him and his brothers never stuck up for him. He had friends that used him because they wanted something from him. And when they couldn't get stuff from him anymore, he was just the butt of all the jokes. And so he felt worthless. He was in a deep depression, that he had contemplated taking his own life many times, that he just didn't see a purpose for him being on the earth, and that he was ready to be done. Until I showed up. I sat down next to him, and in my obnoxiously cheerful way, said hello and got to know him. And that simple act, for the first time in his life, he felt like someone saw him as a person and not as a means to get something. He says that when I first sat down and started talking to him, his initial reaction was, what does she want from me? Because everybody he had known in his life at that point only wanted to be around him because they wanted something from him. He quickly realized that that wasn't the case with me. I just didn't want him to be lonely. I had no idea. I think of Dallin often. I see the impact that he has had. After choosing to stay, he joined the choir and made lots and lots of real friends. For the first time in his life, he had friends that liked him for him and didn't want anything from him. And he chose to serve a mission for our church, and then he got married, and he's got kids. And right now, he is finishing up his residency as a pediatric doctor. So whenever I think about him, I think about how many lives he has positively affected that he wouldn't have been able to help had he made that awful choice. Now, I don't want to seem like, oh, look how great I am because I said hi to the lonely kid. I don't want that. I want to point out God's hand in all of that. Why did my schedule not work out to take Jim my sophomore year? Why did that boy stand out so much to me? Why was I born to two introvert parents with multiple introvert siblings, and I'm the loud, obnoxious extrovert of the family? It's because God knew that I needed to be there at that time, that I needed that personality trait so that I wasn't scared. He knew the good that Dallin was going to do in this world. He knew that we needed him, and that there was going to be a moment, because he knew how hard Dallin's life was going to be for a while there. And he knew that at Dallin's lowest, he was going to need someone to help pick him up and remind him that it's worth it to keep going. Every one of us has that capability to be that person for someone. We won't always know that that's what's going on. We won't always know the outcome of the situation. But now, 20 years later, I still think of Dallin. Any sort of situation that looks like an unhappy person, I always wonder what does their life look like behind the scenes, because I had no idea what Dallon's was. And yet I was able to help him. How many times have we been there at the right place at the right time and done what God needed us to do? How cool is that to think about the ripple effects? The point to all of this, the reason that I want to spend my life on social media reminding people to be kind. You can make a huge difference. And I think a lot of times we look at things and we think, well, I don't have the money to make a difference there. I don't have the knowledge to make a difference there. I don't have the right situation to make a difference there. But you know what? You do have the ability and the knowledge to make a difference, because oftentimes it's as simple as opening the door for someone. It's as simple as saying hello. It's as simple as a conversation. It's a smile. And I know smiles are hard now because of masks and all that, but there are so many simple little things that we can do like that to uplift another person. When you feel that nudge, that prompting, that thought to do something good, something kind, do what that prompting says. That's God saying, hey, one of your brothers or sisters needs a little extra pick-me-up today. And the ripple effects that that small pick-me-up could have are incredible. They're astronomical. You guys, are you ready for this? Look how cute that is. It turned out so fun. We need to try it with the coat. Clearly I'm a fashion model. Be kind to each other. We can literally save a life. You could literally affect hundreds, if not thousands of lives by just being kind to people. Just be nice. Let's change this world together, one kind act at a time. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a fantastic day, everybody. That Otter Momma signing out. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. I gotta get out of this thing.